e.g. corn. Corn reduces bacterial wilt pressure in the soil. So maybe after you have done one season of tomato, you can bring in corn. Even cabbage does the same thing. You can bring in those crops so that they reduce the pressure for you before the next season. Otherwise, once you see it just and it's severe, when we talk about severe, is that you have, I'm just saying you have 10 plants and you are seeing it on 8. Just remove the crops. Yes. Just remove the crops. Yes, please just remove them. Don't try to. Asila is a determinate variety, so unlike Ansal that is semi-determinate, Asila is a determinate. So what will usually happen that after week 4, 5, that's the end of harvesting on it. It produces no more flowers, no more leaves for you to have fruits. It's in the same category as your UC82, Petromesh, Roma, Biogrant, in terms of plant habits. They are all determined varieties. So you don't have an elongated harvest in those crops. Once they reach that age, they will naturally die by themselves. And so for this, you should be talking about 25 tons on 1 acre of tomato. This man, you like money. 25 tons, that is the potential. And this is taking us back to the image of Okada and Corolla. That's another very key difference between when you plant an open pollinated variety and hybrid. You see, when they are talking about hybrids, they tell you an hybrid has the potential of maybe 20 tons, 25 tons per acre. And OPV is probably going to be like 15 tons per acre. So even when you give it the best practice, even when you give it all that you can, it will not go beyond that budget. Now, when you look at the quantity you are getting vis-a-vis your investment, if you are not careful, you will not even break even. You will not break even. Because today, from the last calculation that I did, it's not even today, that was like some 3-4 months ago. If you want to do 1 acre and 1 hectare of tomato properly, with drip tapes, everything, get all the potassium nitrate, get the calcium nitrate, we are talking about nothing square of 5 to 6 million. Wait, I said 3 months ago. 5 to 6 million, 1 acre. 1 acre? Yeah, oh sorry, on 1 hectare. 1 hectare. Yes. On 1 acre, that would be like 2.5 divided of that. So if you are producing, so what's the worst case tomato price of tomato? Worst case? 500 per kilo. So if you are doing anything and you multiply by 500 naira, and you cannot beat that 5 million. 400, you know. 400 naira. No, but personally, I think that, personally, I might be wrong, but I think that with the way we are going, I'm not sure anybody will buy anything for my 500 and will collect again. Oh. I'm not sure. I don't see the price of tomato coming very a lot down in the next few months. I don't see it coming down because everybody is feeling the effect of the economy. So if you look and that's why it's good, especially for us that live in this part, to grow tomatoes that are quality. I don't expect any farmer in the southwest, any farmer inside that is still doing kerewa is just joking. I'm sorry. Because it is those kind of tomatoes they will buy 500 naira for. You don't have a choice because you know that. But if you grow a tomato that is quality, that you know that 10-15 days, my tomato is still there, you tell people to go, sorry, Niota. You sell at a price that will at least bring you value. Because come to think of it, we do a lot of work. Even if you are not a full-time farmer, the pressure you have sitting down in your house thinking about what is going on in your farm is only money that can relieve you. So if you are not a full-time farmer, that you are there 247, you are buying for to pump water, or you have installed solar, you have drip irrigation, you have to pump water, you do all of those things, you will buy crates. And then someone will tell you that he wants to buy your tomato 500 naira per basket. You won't sell. You won't sell. So if you are in a place where you know that you don't have bacterial wilt, or that the pressure is not much, Asida is a very good. It's bigger than Ansal actually. It grows as big as 130 to 160 grams. Like one farmer in Kano told me, he says he can use it to stone somebody. That is how. So in the north, this is actually what you position for them. They have very reduced pressure, little or no bacterial wilt. Their major problem is tomato yellow leaf oil, which is from white. In that environment. Secondly, is total absoluta because of high temperatures. Those are the things they have.
Sorry, I want to ask a question. This bacterial wilt, does it have anything to do with soil temperature?
Yes. So when you are between 23 to 26 degrees Celsius in terms of temperature, and there's continuous flow of water, you are prone to it. When the temperature is also a bit high, from 32, 34, 35, 36, and you are not giving enough irrigation, you are also prone to it.
You're not giving enough irrigation.
Please, can you come again? Hello, sir. Please, you want to write down?
Between 23 to 26, and there's humidity, you are very prone to bacterial wilt. When you are also in the opposite season, like in the dry season, when temperatures are higher, 32, 33, 30, 35, 36, it's confusing. The first part about it is about humidity, the warmness. So it's a mixture of your soil temperature, which usually will be about 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, plus the warmness in the air, which is from humidity. You are prone to it. If you are now in the other part where temperatures are high, 32, 33, 34, and you are not irrigating appropriately or enough, you are also prone to it. Now, because two things that bring you bacterial wilt, because it is already in your soil, if you also irrigate with water that is not clean, it triggers it. In the split side, it's in the other season, which is what we call the dry season. It's also about temperature. So if the temperature is high, it will also trigger it.
Are you designing your soil? After the council hospital, can you chip through the soil?
Yes, so some people do solarization, they do all of those things. But still, it will still depend on, do you have it, what is the pressure in the soil already before you brought in your crops. That's why I said, apart from termination, the best method is plant something that will reduce the pressure. So when it reduces the pressure, you just have low severity. So maybe 1-2 plants out of 10 or out of 20, you are still fine. But it has the potential to wipe out the whole field. Yes, aquaculture. So it will bring the spore of the bacteria. That's a tough one. I've not thought of it actually. Water from fish pond, can we categorize it as dirty or clean water? Because sometimes the argument is that you have nutrition.
About the ammonia.
Yes, but that the argument could be that you have nutrients.
The ammonia will definitely help the crop. Or they are risking your crop, that bacteria. The risk that is going into your crop is very, very high.
So this is what I will ask. I will do a research, further research on it. I will send, I have all the emails of those who register. I will send a short note on whatever I find so that you have time. So what do we have in our pipeline? We have two things. We have a sweet pepper variety for open field that hopefully in the next 1 year should be in the market. And we also have a new cucumber variety. The sweet pepper variety is to help people who have that belief that you can only make money from sweet pepper in the greenhouse, to see that you can also do it in open field. Remember years ago, you need green pepper you will do. And even up to now, 7 years ago, what you call tatashe today is sweet pepper. Yes. What you call tatashe today is sweet pepper. The temperature there only gives it an elongated shape, and they wait for it to ripen, and the heat will also make it look as if it's getting dried. It is still sweet pepper. So, and in those places it is open field that they do it. So the idea is to get people to do open field sweet pepper, and this has the ability to turn from green to red. The interval for turning is about 15 days. So if you want green pepper, you can harvest.
What's the name of this?
SV 1865 PB. It's Seminis variety 1865 pepper lucky.
Pepper.
Lucky.
And the shape.
The shape. SV 1865 PB. It's an F1 sweet pepper. Then the next one is Bristol F1, which is a cucumber, and it's to answer to the problem of downy mildew and powdery mildew in cucumber, and also the desire for more green cucumber. So this gives us an overview of what we have.
That one is F1.
Yes, it's also F1.
Okay.
So it gives us an overview of what we have in our portfolio. Now, before I leave this issue, as a rule of thumb, as a farmer, it is important that you should be able to identify what you are facing on your farm or in your environment. The reason being that if we, let's say for example, that farm belongs to Mr. A, this is Mr. B, this is Mr. C, there's a very strong tendency that whatever affects this person will affect this person and this person. So sometimes your disease pressure is localized to you, and sometimes it is the entire environment. So I give you an example. If you're a cucumber farmer, you hardly run away from downy mildew or powdery mildew. It's an environmental problem. It could be because of the weather condition, or it could be because it is a crop that most people grow in that locality. Number two, if you're a tomato farmer like we have said, it's very likely around this area that you have bacterial wilt. It is in the soil. If somebody's farm has bacterial wilt and the water runs off into your farm, it's likely you will also start breeding it. And it's so bad it stays in the soil for 2 to 3 years. So if it's there, it is there. It's only wait till when you bring in a crop that will trigger it. So you should be able to read what disease you have and know the abbreviations. I'll tell you why you should know the abbreviations. Most seed companies will only write the abbreviation on the seed packs. Nobody is going to come and write bacterial wilt, tomato yellow leaf. Sometimes we don't even have it on the seed packs. It is when you go through either the flyer or you go to the website and you go and read. And even sometimes on the website, all you just say is IR dot this. So if you don't know the diseases, these are the abbreviations. If possible, have a place you write it down, so that when you pick information about a seed, you can match it. Okay, this means this means this. And you can be able to decide whether it is something that interests you or not. It is okay for a particular variety to probably, let's say a tomato like we are talking about. Oh, the fruit is always very big, 160 grams, this, that. But if it does not have the disease package for the problem you are facing, you will neither see the 160 grams or the fruit. So it's better that we are also knowledgeable, so that when somebody comes to us or an agro dealer is saying, variety in Ikera, ask them, what is the disease package? Because I can tell you, it is only in Nigeria that everybody will just bring something. And unfortunately, you help us. You'll be asking us, is it rainy season or dry season? What do you want me to tell you? If I'm a true salesman, what do you expect me to tell you? I'll tell you the two of them now, middle of Etaja. But in reality, seeds are bred for diseases. Yield is a constant thing. We must, every new variety should be better in yield, or at least stay within scope of a particular yield potential. But the truth of the matter is, when it comes to hybrids, the breeding is around disease resistance, fruit quality, environmental stability. That's what this is about. So ask them, what is the disease pressure? Asking me that is it rainy season or dry season is not the right question. I can give you any answer. And you will go to your farm and you face the problem. If you come back to me and you complain, the worst that can happen is I give you a new seed. The problem does not go away. Mo ra seed lọ́wọ́ yín kò ṣe dáadáa kí ni ẹ má bínú ó yá ìgbà seed nílé. I will not give you the same one I gave you before, or I give you a new one. Then I'll try a little bit more. Because you have also not come to ask me the right question as the person recommending to you. So know the problem you have on your farm. And when you are looking for a solution, look for a solution based on that problem. We have all established here, Southwest, bacterial wheat is a challenge. I don't expect anybody here to go and be buying a tomato that is not bacterial wheat, tolerant or resistant. You have already started reducing your yield before you even go to the farm. It's true. Two things I've noticed that kills farmers is the selection of genetics and its plant population. That calculation that we did just now, it is killing a lot of farmers in this country. Because we just said hypothetically, oh, worst case scenario, one plant should give you 3 kg. It means that if I have 1,000 plants, I should have 3,000 kg. So if on a farm that also have 6,000 plants, I decide to put 3,000, and somebody else does it the right way and has 6,000, one you only use the seed in your dark. The best that can happen is that based on the seasonality, you can reduce your plant population. I give you an example. Because of the way foliar diseases spread during rainy season, it's not advisable that you have as much plant as you have during dry season on your farm, so that you can give room for aeration between the plants. You can also give room for you to spray. So that's why sometimes when I see farmers during rainy season, you are following drip line 30 centimeters. What you think you are going to benefit, you will lose it when the disease pressure comes. Truth be told, from what I've seen, you shouldn't do anything less than 50 to 60 centimeters between your crops during the rainy season. When you do 30, they are too close. Even if you don't have diseases, if you are planting a determinate variety, you expect that the variety should grow like a bush. So where is the space? Where is the space for the variety to grow bushy when you have done it 30 centimeters? I've seen farmers that do 100 centimeters by 40 centimeters for determinate variety, and they will still yield. They will still get the yield because the crop has enough room to grow, for the leaves to grow, for flowers to grow. Mommy, am I working now? Tell me, ma. But if you last I met, you lose information. So the way you space your plants will also contribute to aeration, management of diseases, even your yield, because it's a process from your root system to stems to leaves, from leaves to flower, from flower to fruits. So if you hinder that process, then you will not get the yield that you're expecting. Can we continue? I want to stop by 1 so that others can speak.
What is the name of the sweet pepper? Then
SV 1865 PB.
SV 1865 PB. Where or how can we online get the seed sample given? I am Emma Babai. I am connecting from Akure, Ondo State. Please, can you help
Contact
us
Farm
please?
Help.
Eh?
They should contact you
With what?
for the sample seeds.
Okay, you give them. All right. Please, can you help list the varieties here also? Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Now you spoke about when you are talking about the atmosphere. You are talking about the one that have 500. How about the one that have 400?
We don't have